contemplating the restorated. Ego is suspended, it only pretended to be the truth that is so resplendent. Amazing, judgment weighing, contemplating the restorated. Ego is suspended and only pretended to be true. That's so resplendent. Everyone's back in their proper place. Fortunes of love, adoration stays. Sound of amazing grace, glorious declining all her ways. Amazing judgment weighing, contemplating the restorating. Ego is suspended and only pretended to be true. That's so resplendent. Amazing judgment weighing, contemplating the restorating. Ego is suspended and only pretended to be true. That is so resplendent. Inviting you to taking us back. Revelation and master plan. Hidden star, consciousness that makes righteousness. Harmony of sufficiency. What we're doing back in the proper place. Fortunes of love, adoration space. Sound of amazing grace, glorious expound in all her ways. Amazing judgment weighing, contemplating the restorating. Ego's been suspended, it only pretended to be the truth that is so resplendent. Amazing judgment weighing, contemplating the restorating. Ego is suspended and only pretended to be the truth that is so resplendent. Taijiquan here. Taijiquan. Meenakshi Amman. The New Age brought to the forefront of consciousness the Angkor Wat Temple in Cambodia, the largest Hindu temple in the world, and the Maya Temple at Tikal in Guatemala, a country in Central America, and presently being brought to the now is a temple in Madura in southern India, the Meenakshi Amman Temple. This is very important symbolism for one who has entered the flow. The name Meenakshi, when split in two, Meen is fish and Akshi means eyes. Lady with the eyes of a fish. Fish symbolizes rebirth and represent victory and liberation over all that try to conquer one. Meen is an older sound than the word men or man. The purity of her meaning has been corrupted over the years due to invasions and deceitful practices of the caste system. Meenakshi is called the Beautiful One, and one cannot help but remember back to 1984's Purple Rain album, given us by Prince, the song The Beautiful One. Sundari and Ishwara is in the center of the town Madurai in South Tamil. The streets are arranged in squares within a beautifully planned city, keeping the temple as the heart or womb of the city is the Meenakshi Amman temple. Ancient Tamil literature compares this plan to a lotus flower. There cannot be much credence given to the information of the truth nature of this site due to predominance and extreme censorship, and frankly, to the long lapse of time. Her real meaning has suffered. Meenakshi Temple is listed as one of the 7 world wonders. One can see 33,000 statues and towers inside the temple. The Meenakshi Amman temple is dedicated to the Sublime Mother, Shakti, Taishi, with the addition of a Shiva temple being added, only cemented that duality is being linked to this temple as a later addition. According to legend, Meenakshi Amman is the goddess Parvati, who was the reincarnation of Sati, Shiva's wife, who threw her body into a sacrificial fire. Because legend says Meenakshi emerges from a fire and has 3 breasts. This is clearly a later Parvati and Sati narrative is clearly trying to make history fit. Meenakshi and the 3 breasts links the 3 temples, Cambodia, Guatemala, and Tamil, with 3 states of consciousness. Tamil, as a guesstimate, is over 5,000 years old, which makes this the oldest living language of the world, and is also the spoken language in Sri Lanka and Singapore. This is the only ancient language that has survived all the way to the modern world. Tamish Sangam, oldest literary society with the Tamish Sangam as the oldest literary society of the world. Tamil is older than Sanskrit. Sanskrit is an Indo-European language, while Tamil is from the Dravidian language family. So therefore, Tamil and Sanskrit are not directly related. They merely influence each other throughout his story. This proves deception, because Tamil is not considered the mother of all language, yet Sanskrit is said to be. Tamil is the origin of the word Dravida. The Dravidians are members of an ancient dark-skinned people of South India. The Dravidians and the Ethiopians are the same people with links to Iran, formerly Persia, and Australia, it is believed. Meenakshi Amman means being the heirs of the throne, with this linking her with Cassiopeia, who sits on her throne in the sky as the Milky Way, and also as the breast. The Dravidian, whose indigenous status has been suppressed because of the deep roots from Western Asia, specifically Iran. And also of importance to one in America is that the word Canada is one of the Dravidian languages. Meenakshi Amman means being the heir of the throne. It was when she happened upon Shiva, she lost her third breast. Meenakshi Amman is closely related to Cassiopeia, who sits upon the celestial throne, as above, so below. This addition to the temple of Shiva is proving the loss of truth. Here she is reminding of the loss of the connection with the third eye due to duality. The individual, or the third eye, that which cannot be divided, is the reconnection. Meenakshi Amman. Consciousness represents the reconnection with the third breast, the third eye, and source of nourishment and wholeness, Cassiopeia, the Milky Way. The third eye was moved to the place between the eyes because, of course, the male physical form has no breast. Common sense, which is beyond logic, should reveal that if CERN is using Shiva, duality, as its god in order to find the way out antimatter, then certainly Shiva cannot represent real power. Shiva virtually represents a parasitic state feeding off a host, where now most of the temples in Tamil Nadu are referred to by the name of God or duality. The exception to this rule is the Madura Meenakshi Amman temple. Here one finds a huge pond, in the middle of which there is a golden flower. This temple represents the beautiful woman Sundari, which means beauty as an experience and an endeavor, not an object to attain. Although Sundari are also trees called the queens of the marshland, they extract oxygen from the air through specialized aerial roots that jut out of the mud, and the leaves of the trees have glands to excrete excess salt. So, the union of nature's purifying agent. The legend of Meenakshi Amman states she became a great warring queen who defeated the world of Brahma, the creator, and the world of Vishnu, the dreamer, and also Buddha Ganas, Shiva's graveyard companions of spooks and hobgoblins, as well as Nandi, Shiva's vehicle, the bull. Just as once Yin subtleties realizes she is Yang, density, Shiva, her third breast reappears. This union is enacted on a very grand scale internally, and externally is celebrated in the month of April-May. The history of this temple says it has been destroyed and rebuilt. Here one will use the analogy of Mark 14:58, where Jesus says, "The temple that has been destroyed, he will rebuild." The temple is intended to be a sacred space where one came to worship and make sacrifice. By cleansing the temple, Jesus is not just driving out the greedy merchants, the spooks, and money changers, the hobgoblins. Jesus represents Meenakshi Amman and represents the restoration of the sanctity of the body as the temple of truth by ridding the desecration through purifying one's actions. The physical instrument is never to be treated as a servant to the ego, nor for profitable business ventures, and stands as a reminder of the importance of one upholding holiness and purity. Ego destroys, soul rebuilds. Gratitude for the temple of Meenakshi Amman for moving in consciousness, as she is the grandeur of the superconsciousness, the inner principle, and the beauty of the feminine external consciousness expressing as one body. Meenakshi shines and is supreme radiance. Her bird is a parrot. A bird is a symbol that represents soul. And a parrot speaks or represents a messenger, witness, or the link between the subtle and density, yet is all matter, wholeness. While Madurai represents a sacred place for her devotion. The patriarchy placed the male in this place of high esteem, but XY is duality, a pirate seeking to delude through idol worship. This Romanizing of truth is the purpose of revelation, removing the fabrication that kept the purified mind Taishi in mental bondage like a mummy. It's time to unwrap truth and reveal the subtle state of nature, the invisible golden woman.